Alright guys, I have no idea what happened there, but my Periscope completely crashed. So sad because I had 1,000 people watching it. Makes me very, very sad that I had 1,000 people watching it and it crashed. I'm very, very sorry. Guys, please just share the feed all over again and keep bringing those hearts in. I'm so sorry. I hope you guys were enjoying that. I guess I broke Periscope. So please guys, continue to share the feed and just keep having those hearts come in. I'm going right back in right now. Hold on a second, okay? Hold on a second. Let me close the chat and let's do all over again. Well, not all over again, but let's get back onto the charts. All right? So guys, share the feed. We're 200, 300 people short. Keep sharing the feed. Cody, if you're around, please share the feed, Cody. Let me tighten everything up here. Okay. So, before I lost you guys, I was talking about the horizontal trend lines before my phone crashed. All right? We're breaking the internet, guys. That was probably the brokers breaking our connection. I think the brokers got really upset and they're saying, stop teaching these guys how to make millions of dollars. And we're going to break the connection. But guess what? T-Motion Sky, baby. We're back. We're going to continue. Now, so far, we've got all of a sudden out of a naked chart that there was nothing there to be seen. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 different opportunities to buy and sell the USD CAD and crush it like a ant on an ant farm. But do not kill ants because ants are good animals. So how do we draw our trend lines? How do we draw the horizontal trend lines? Very simple. You just find multiple points of contact, multiple areas where prices touched and filled. Now what we're going to do is go into a 1 hour time frame because on a 4 hour time frame, we've already assessed as many trend lines as we want. Let's go on a 1 hour time frame and the first thing I see is kaboom, right there. There's another trend line, another horizontal trend line. All right? But what happens right above it? Someone tell me what this is here. What happened to prices here? Okay, what happened to these prices? They got rejected, didn't they? And they got rejected here, didn't they? And here. I wonder if I can put a trend line there. That looks nice. Boom, another trend line. Now all of a sudden, we're about to tear apart the USD CAD. All right? Because now I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 trend lines in the next 1 hour I can use. And if I'm not mistaken, boom, look at this. In live trading, guys, it just happened before your eyes. I drew this trend line about 5-10 minutes ago. Look at that trade. Remember I told you guys 5 minutes ago? Proof is in the pudding, my brothers and sisters. I told you guys, hey, you can actually trade the USD CAD right now. And look what happened right before your eyes. I drew this line, prices came down, and in the last 2 minutes, what has happened? Look at that rise. Bam! All right? That's good for 8 pips. That's good for 8 pips. While I was giving the feed, I gave you a trade. And look how well it held. This is why I love my system. And this is why I love doing what I do. Because I don't write books that you have to read and focus on 10 years later down the road. I do it live in front of you. And it happened. Look at that. Okay? So, before we get too excited, let's see. Do we have any other horizontal trend lines we can draw? Well, we sure do. We sure do. It's right in front of our faces, boys and girls. Right there. And this is the piece de resistance. Because look where prices are right now. And if she breaks through this, which probably is going to happen, guess what's going to happen? Right up to here, prices are going to go. So now all of a sudden, we went from naked charts, we had no idea what the heck we're doing. Not only have we made a couple bucks during this presentation, because the trend line I drew in front of your faces, and immediately I told you, you could actually trade right now. It's paid off for us in front of our eyes. And right now, as you can see, this is a 15-minute time period. All of you already should know what to do here. You've got your horizontal support, resistance line, that if it breaks it, up she goes. Our trend line here has already made us money today in the last 5 minutes. Now watch carefully what's going to happen. Prices are going to dance in this little tiny zone for the next 15-20 minutes. And eventually, it's going to break out of it. And when it does, you're going to know it broke, because it's going to move 10-15 pips rather quickly. All right? So let that keep doing what it's doing while I explain the other bullets. So we got 2 bullets that we have covered. All right? Look at it. Look at that. It's trying to break it. You see? And you see how it's unable to? See how this support and resistance is also holding it? So do you guys see how well it is? Because when it breaks it, guess what's going to happen? It's going to pop up outside of it. We already have made a successful trade during this presentation. This is why I love what I do. Guys, share the broadcast. The world should know how to do this. Everyone needs to know how to do this. This is a skill you're going to have for the rest of your life. All right? Now, the next setup we're going to have. All right? So far, we've got the trend lines. All right, guys, share the broadcast. Swipe right, share the broadcast. We've got the trend lines, and we've got horizontal support and resistance lines. With the horizontal support and resistance lines and the trend lines, you're looking for multiple areas where prices were rejected from. Multiple candles, and all the candles have to touch the line, otherwise it's an incorrect line. Now, you know what it is. If you really want to self-study it too, just go on Google trend lines, how to draw a trend line, how to draw a support and resistance line, and you're going to see it's exactly what I said, but you're going to see, better resolution on the screen. The only difference is my screen doesn't have the best resolution because I'm on Periscope and you can't see it perfectly. Okay? Otherwise, that is the 2 things you've learned so far. Trend lines and support and resistance lines. And this next candle, I'm telling you, it's going to pop up out of either this line or this line. And when it does, you're going to see what I mean by breaking out of support and resistance, and how fast you could immediately take a trade. Now, since we've got 2 covered, number 3, Fibonacci. Okay? Fibonacci is really important because once you master Fibonacci retracements, you can start trading harmonic patterns, and you can get into advanced solutions. All right? Now, the Fibonacci level tool is right at the top here. It's got an F and a bunch of dotted lines. Now, you're going to click it once. You're going to come on the screen just like before and randomly draw it. Just randomly. Doesn't matter where. Now, you're going to get, when you draw it, let me actually draw it in a better area to see. Okay, I'm going to draw it randomly here. Okay, as you can see, I dropped it. Now, you're going to probably get a yellow line when you do it. Double click it. You can't double click the long black lines, the Fibonacci levels. You can only click the dotted red line. Double click it so it's highlighted. Right click it, go to Fibo Properties. Because we have our own color template, you're going to want to customize the color on this. All you're going to do is where it says style, you're going to change it to black and click OK. That way you can see the Fibonacci levels in black. Otherwise, the color is going to blend into the black background that MT4 comes on with by itself. Okay, once you've done that, double click it again and click delete. Now, how do Fibonacci levels work? Fibonacci retracements work on price action and certain percentages where price is generally known to fail to penetrate, or a specific line, okay, where prices are essentially going to gravitate towards. All right? Now, how we're going to draw it is like this. We're going to open up our daily candle because that's what we care about, the daily time frame, right? And I'm going to zoom out a bit. You're looking for the last major move, okay? The last major move. And you're going to connect the lowest low to the highest high. Now, when I mean last major move, we're not talking about this to this, because this here went already up to here and came back down. So this isn't one move. This is two moves. We want one move. So we're going to look at this. This entire move right here. Okay? This move right here, which started June 15, 2015 and ended on Friday. Okay? Now with the Fibonacci level, it's different than trend lines. You're going to actually want to use and connect it to the wick of the candle, no longer the body, because you want to go to the lowest low, so the lowest that the price even touched to the highest point it touched. Lowest point it touched to the highest point it touched. All right? Now, the way you use it is this. We've identified this as our last major move, not this whole thing. On a daily time frame, this is our last major move. Now, how we're going to use this tool is we're going to click the F. We are going to put this square or the X cursor on the bottom of this candle, the lowest move, the lowest low, and hold the mouse and drag it all the way to the highest high. Now, where's the highest high? It was actually Friday's candle, right here. See how it touched this area and it pulled back? So that's where I've connected it to. All right? All of a sudden now, on your right-hand side, you're going to have a series of numbers. 0.0, 23.6, okay, 38.2, 50.0, 61.8, and 100. These are the Fibonacci retracement levels. Okay? The way it works is like this. The theory behind Fibonacci. Guys, share the broadcast, please. Okay? The major percent levels that we're concerned about is 38.2, 50%, and 61.8. Now, general rule of thumb, when you have a massive move, prices retrace to correct. Okay? Now, generally speaking, if you have a massive move like this, and prices come back down and they penetrate the 50% level, that is an entire shift in sentiment. Okay? Because 50% of this entire move has already been retraced. So there is no more momentum upwards. Alright? Now, I trade it a bit differently. My method is I trade off of the 38.2 and the 61.8 level. Every time price comes to them, if price doesn't penetrate, I buy or sell. Now, again, 1 hour time frame for Fibonacci, a daily time frame for Fibonacci's is a little bit difficult to use because the candles are so far apart. I use the daily time frame to show you how it's done. But when you're doing your Fibonacci levels, I want you to do them on a 4 hour time frame only, nothing else. And I'll tell you why, okay? So I'm going to delete this fib level because I don't really care about the daily fib, to be quite honest. And I'm going to go on a 4 hour. Now I want to find the biggest move on a 4-hour, okay? Which actually, in this situation, it's going to be the exact same, in this specific situation, it's going to be the exact same fib level. But let's draw it on a 4-hour. Normally, this happens once out of every 5 times where it's actually the exact same movement, okay? So we're going to draw this out again, all right? I went to from the lowest low to the highest high. Now all of a sudden on the right hand side, I have all these numbers, okay? Now look what happened every single time prices touched the Fibonacci levels, okay? Look over here. This is the 23.6 level. What happened to these candles when they touched it? They bounced off. Okay? What happened when it broke through it? It continued to go upwards. Okay? So now because we've drawn this out, we have further areas that we can trade off of. Every single time price comes to the 38.2, 61.8, or 50% retracement level, you can buy or sell. So now you have additional support and resistance levels. Now, unfortunately, with the USD CAD right now, it's not the greatest example just because the way the prices have moved on it. Let me actually take it on a 15-minute time frame. Okay? And just for testing purposes, I'm going to plot out on a 15-minute time frame the fib levels. So each candle is 15 minutes. I'm going to come to the lowest low over here, hold it, drag it up to the highest high. All right? And show you guys how it works. All right? Now, my fib level, my Fibonacci levels are drawn. They're on the right-hand side over here. Okay? Just let me see if I can show it to you. They're on the right-hand side, 38.2, 50%. Even though I did it on a 15-minute time frame, do you see this 38.2% line? How it held prices and how prices bounced off of it? Even though it's on only a 15-minute time frame. So the fib levels also act as support and resistance. Okay? Every single time prices come to 38.2, 50%, or 61.8, those lines should hold the prices. Prices should not be able to break through them. If prices break through them, what do you know about support and resistance? If prices break through them, now they're going right down. So if prices break down through the 38.2, guess what's happening? It's going to continue to go down. So you could sell it. So either way, on either side of the spectrum, you have a trade. Buy or sell, depending on how those specific fib levels held the prices. Now, I want to bring your attention to what's happening here. Take a look at the USD CAD. Okay? Remember this support and resistance line? And this trend line? Look how they're acting. Okay? Look at how they're acting. The support and resistance is holding it, and this trend line is holding it. Every time prices come through, you see how it's retreating? How it's pulling back up? Now, if this candle is to break down, is to close below it, guess what's going to happen? It'll continue lower. If it doesn't, and closes above it, you're going to get a continuation upwards. So do you see how this little patch area, like I told you, it's going to pop out of it eventually. But you see how this line and this line are holding prices? So what can this tell us? This can easily tell us when to get out of a position, when to close our positions and not take major losses, when to take new positions. Look at that. See how it pulled right back up? How it's not letting it break? So for example, if you had bought it way up here and you're down 50 bucks right now, terrified out of your mind that you're about to lose your money, you can say, wait a minute. I'm not going to close my position until this trend line breaks. Because as long as this trend line doesn't break, it's going to come back up. So it prevents you from going into a panic and closing your trade prematurely. But if it breaks this trend line, then you can say, well, my trade is invalid. Okay? Now you see how I was trying to penetrate it? Okay? So right now, you see that? Look at that move. Now, if it penetrates it, we got this line right here to hold the prices. So again, everything live in front of your face is happening. This candle has 1 minute and 50 seconds to close. So depending on where it closes, you'll see what happens. If it closes below this, we broke this little trend line. Now remember, this is a 5-minute trend line. 5-minute trend lines are not very powerful. Okay? The trend line below it is a 1-hour trend line. That's a strong trend line. Alright? So if that bottom trend line holds, you go long. So if prices come down, touch this trend line, and it holds, you go long. Okay? Unless this candle just completely comes up and fails to penetrate this line. So far, you've got the trend lines, you've got horizontal support and resistance lines, and you have the Fibonacci levels. Alright? Those are 3 powerful tools, and I guarantee you, those are the primary tools that the biggest traders in the world are currently using. Just give me a second to drink. Okay. Now, the 4th tool that I love is called pivot points. Now, pivot points are also support. This is going to be wonderful because we're going to be able to watch this in real time occur. This is going to be great. I actually love this, that we're actually going to be able to see. Look at that. Something is pulling it down right now. Something is pulling it down right now. So now let's see how this trend line holds. Okay? Let's see how well this trend line does. You understand what I'm saying? Okay? So let's see what happens. This trend line has 1 hour to hold. So within the next 1 hour, if this closes, so it has 49 minutes. So the other thing is to take note is don't worry about where prices move. You have to wait for that 1 hour candle or a 15-minute candle to close. So if this candle, 15-minute candle or a 1 hour candle closes above it, of this major trend line, we're going to be able to take our position. Okay? And even if you had taken a long way up here, you still know you're protected by this trend line. Right? So we're going to now remove this 5-minute trend line because it was a 5-minute trend line that did nothing. But look at that. I removed it and it jumped back up. I removed it and it pulled right back up. So do you see how these lines are holding? You see how well it bounces? So our horizontal support and resistance held it. Our small 5-minute broke, but our major trend line, the major one, held it perfectly. So you see how you have multiple areas, right? We had a trade we could have taken right here, made 10 pips on and gotten out. When prices failed here, if you really were a scalper in and out, you could have gone short and closed it right around here. I know a lot of guys that do that. I know a lot of guys that just jump off these lines. Short, long, 10 pips, 10 pips, 10 pips, 10 pips, 10 pips. 3 trades, their day is done. They made their $500 to $1,000 and it's over. Okay? So far we got the trend lines that, as you can see how they're working right in front of your face. Okay? Like this, these candles weren't here when we drew this. And see how it held it? And see how this is holding it. So when this breaks, we're going long. Very simple. Or just on the failure of here, you could have gone long. The moment it touched here and failed, you go long. But you have to wait for it to fail. You got the Fibonacci levels, and now we're going to talk about the pivot points. Now with the pivot points, you cannot draw it. Okay? The pivot points is actually a a indicator that I have. There's multiple indicators for pivot points that you can purchase. I have the best one out there, okay, that I can provide to you, all right? And I have to teach you how to install it. I'm not going to teach you in this segment, but the way pivot points work is they calculate, okay, all of the price action by a mathematical formula and a moving average within the last 24 hours. And they almost predict where prices will find support and resistance based on previous daily calculations. So it actually calculates all the candles way further back than you could even look. And it'll find historical points where price has failed in the past. And believe me, pivot points work amazingly. So if you look at my chart here on a 1 hour, I've got a blue line up here, a yellow line, a brown, brown, brown. Each brown line represents a support level. Each yellow line, which there's only one, represents the pivot. So the pivot, imagine, is this. It's where prices will change momentum. So if the price breaks below the pivot point, downwards, we have downward momentum. As long as price is trading above this yellow pivot point, the daily pivot point, we have bullish momentum, okay? Now, the blue lines represent, again, another resistance level. And the brown line represents another support level, okay? Now, let's just go back to this and see what's happening. I just want to show you guys, again, how this line has been holding it. How this trend line has been holding it live, right in front of your faces. Okay? Now, the daily pivot point, all we want to make sure is to be bullish, to trade a bullish, bullish trend. We want price to be above the daily pivot point. However, we can also trade off of the daily pivot point. If prices come down to the daily pivot point, which they did here, and they fail to penetrate, just buy it right away because it's going to go up. Watch this candle now. Watch this bullish candle. See how it failed? The next candle opened up. This guy's got the opportunity now to go up, reclaim all of this, and possibly break through. So boom. Right now, our main trend line held perfectly. Look at that. Look at that. And now it's going to go and reclaim. In fact, let me see. I deleted our 5-minute trend line. But now let me just put it back for our purposes. Okay. Now, this same trend line that was support that broke is going to act as minor resistance. See how price is kind of retreating from it? But it'll eventually break through it. So now it's going to re-break through here and punch up. But our main trend line, which we drew on the hour, look how well it held prices. Now, if you would have traded that, that's another 10 pips you made. So you made 8 pips here. You made 10 pips here. You could have shorted it here when it failed. It's multiple getting in and out of the markets. Right? And you see, just like I said, see how it retreated? It touched that line and it retreated. As long as you have these lines around, you can predict what it's going to do. If it breaks through it, go down. Go with it. Because look, when it broke through it, you could have sold it. Boom, all the way down to the next line. Everything I explained to you guys about trend lines and what they do actually happened live. Because this didn't even exist. All of this didn't exist. I told you guys before this even happened, if it breaks through a trend line or support and resistance level, go with it. If it fails, go the other way. And look how well it worked. It broke through it, sell it, go with it. It failed, go with it. So simple. So simple. I sound like an Asian guy. So simple. Okay? Now, if it breaks through this line, take the trade. Now, let me tell you guys something. These 5-minute trend lines are not that powerful. Keep in mind, I drew this just for an example to show you guys something. They're not powerful because within a small 5-minute time frame, there's not going to be that much support and resistance levels. That's why we draw them on a 1 hour, 4 hour, and a daily. And in fact, it was our 1 hour, it was the 1 hour trend line that worked like a charm. Worked like a charm. Okay? This is all money in the bank. For you guys that are saying, I don't know how to trade, why not? Look what I just taught you. All money in the bank. Okay? So the pivot points work the same way. Now, this pivot point is a resistance level. R1 it's called because it's blue. If I go and I draw a horizontal line on top of it, and I go back here, oh, price failed. It doesn't come all the way out, but do you notice? Let me make the screen smaller. Let me even go on like a 4 hour or a daily. Let me see how far back I can go. Well, prices are so high that doesn't even make a difference how far back I go. You won't see it. But do you see what I mean? So this is on its own. You can trade off of these. So every time prices touch the R1 level, what do you do if it breaks it? You go up with it. What do you do if it fails? You trade the other way. You scalp it down. You look for the candle. If it breaks through it, you play the breakout strategy. If it fails to penetrate, you take the other position. You play the retracement. Very simple. Okay, stop bringing water until I ask you to bring water. Please, stop bringing water till I ask you to bring water. Okay, so look at the prices here. Look at what's happening here. All right? It's unable to penetrate. So right now, because we on the 1 hour trend line, because on the 1 hour trend line it failed, we want to go upwards. I'm not really concerned about this 5-minute trend line. It's not a very powerful trend line. Okay? So now you've got trend lines, horizontal support and resistance lines. You've got Fibonacci levels, plus you have your pivot points. Okay? Look what's happening. Let's see what's happening here. Next candle, and away it goes. Like, look how, guys, come on. Look how amazing this trend line worked out for us. Look at that. It happened in front of your faces. All right? Everybody would be making money right now. Everybody. Now, there's something, there's another tiny trend line here. These are all 5-minute trend lines that I shouldn't even be drawing and wasting my time. But just to show you. Point touched, point touched, point touched. That is actually this little dinky little do here that's holding prices right now. But it's going to break through it because it's a very weak trend line. We're not concerned about it. But as you can see, the main trend line held like a beautiful charm. And middle of the night, everybody's making money. All of you be making money right now. Everybody. And this is just off of a 1 hour analysis. Imagine waking up on the weekend, analyzing 4 different pairs like this, plotting all the support and resistance levels, plotting the Fibonacci levels, plotting the pivot points. You're a machine. You're trying to tell me out of 4 different pairs, if you do all this analysis, okay, and have all these trend lines and horizontal support and resistance levels, Fibonacci levels, and pivot points, you're not going to be able to make 1 trade a day? Guys, share the broadcast. You're not going to be able to make 1 trade a day? All you need is 1 trade a day to make you anywhere from $100 to $1,000 a day, depending on your lot sizes. Now, obviously, with our structure, we can take multiple trades. These 4 golden rules will make you thousands and thousands of dollars. Not only will they make thousands of dollars, they will also prevent you from losing money. Because when you take a position, if you had gone long way up here, bought it, and it fell, you could say, well, I'm not going to close my position till this line breaks. Okay? Because I know that as long as this line holds, we're good. Okay? Now, do you see how prices filled up here? What's there? What is that? 23.6 Fibonacci level. So not only was there that little trend line that I drew that I deleted, but the 23.6 Fibonacci level. So far, every point that we've drawn is somehow working in harmony to tell prices what to do. All right? That's the beautiful thing about this. Now, I hit the prices a lot better than you guys do because I also understand the psychology of prices, of movement. Now, I just saw another support and resistance level right there. Okay? Check this out. This is on a 5-minute time frame. Right? Because I see the failure here. Failure here. And now, this is why this is happening at the bottom of it. So, we're basically, eventually, once you master how to draw a trend line, a support and resistance level, and how to draw Fibonacci's and pivot points, you're going to be able to just do what I just did. Look at charts, drop these lines in, and bam, take a trade. Right? You're going to be a money-making machine. That's how sometimes I wake up randomly in the morning, like at 10 o'clock, and I've done this 100 times. You can ask my followers. I wake up 10 o'clock in the morning, I turn a chart on, and I tell the guys, buy, sell, sell, sell. And an hour later, everyone goes on Twitter saying, oh my God, I just made $100. I made $500. I made $2,000. You understand what I mean? So once you master the support and resistance lines, the trend lines, and the Fibonacci levels and pivot points, you're a money-making machine. Now, again, this is a very, very fast crash course. This by no means is the, for dummies book on how to master each one of these indicators. In the past, with my followers, I have actually spent 1 week, I think it was, or 4 days, or something like that, teaching one of these indicators. So the last time I taught trend lines, I spent 3 days just teaching trend lines. And then 3 days teaching pivot points. 3 days teaching Fibonacci levels. Tonight, I gave you the basic rundown of the 4 tools you need to make money and how to use them. Okay? Because when we initially started today on the USD CAD, I'm going to open up another USD CAD chart. This is how the USD CAD chart looks on MetaTrader 4 if you don't have my tools. How the hell can you trade this? Someone tell me, how can you trade this? It's not possible. You'd never know what to do. Take a look at this, and after installing my template, my color scheme, the trend lines, the Fibonacci levels, pivot points, you have this. Look how tradable this is compared to the standard setup. Okay? So yesterday when we started, everyone saw this. Of course, if this is all you see, you're going to go out there and pay $3,000-4,000 for a training course. That's not going to teach you half of what I've taught in the last 2 days. You're not going to be able to trade. You're going to open a demo account, lose all your money, get demotivated, and never trade again. But when you have this set up, buddy, you better believe you're going to trade properly. Right? So, what I'm going to do now, okay? What I'm going to do now is I'm going to turn the camera around and I'm going to give you guys the ability to ask me some questions. Okay, first, please share the feed. Okay, share the feed right now again. Everyone share the broadcast because I'm going to do questions and answers. All right? And at the same time, I'm very curious to see how many hearts I got this session. Let's take a look quickly at gold. Look what happened to gold, guys. Look at this massive collapse. 1069. We touched 1069 and we must have taken out, oh man. You know how much money got lost on stop losses today? I would say probably 50, I don't know, maybe 30, 40 billion dollars was lost today by retail traders who their stop losses got triggered. You know how I know that? Because look at this candle. Prices went to 1069 and retraced $40 back in 5 minutes. That's all the positions that got stopped out, rushing right back up. So some people right now are sitting there killing themselves. But guess what Team Ocean Sky did? Guys, if you have been on my team, please attest to what I told you guys last week. I told my entire team right here, I drew this line. Okay, you guys see this? How can I show it? Hold on a second. Let me show you guys something. You guys see this line here? I drew this line, no word of a lie, last week for the boys. Alright? Prices were actually up here. And predicting gold movement is not easy. It's not easy. I can tell you right now, it's not easy, okay? Prices were up here, I remember. I told all the boys, I said, guys, when 1143 is penetrated, sell and close your eyes. Okay? Whoever took the trade, please attest to it. I told everyone, sell, close your eyes, and laugh all the way to the bank. Not only did this collapse occur for them that same night, but look at this now. Look at how much money they've made. I mean, if you don't know the calculations, a move from here, from 1143, I mean, an almost $100 move on gold could potentially make you a multi-millionaire, depending on how big your account was. Like if you had a 100K account, which some people do, a lot of people do actually, thousands and millions of people do that I know, that are young, you know, you would be buying yourself right now, if you wanted, a brand new house cash on Hollywood Hills. Okay? If you had a $10,000 account, I mean, you could have doubled your account easily. This is a double your account move. And I gave this trade last week, and I didn't charge anything for it. Now, again, this was a classic break of a trend line, but I also incorporated a few other things into it that I personally know. But again, classic trend line move. Now, there's something else that I want to tell you guys. There's something called the confluence area. C-O-N-F-L-U-E-N-C-E. That is where you have an area where with multiple points of interest. So for example, prices are coming up to an area where you've got a trend line, you've got a horizontal support and resistance line, and you have a daily pivot point. Well, guess what? That's one of those trades where you can bank your mortgage on it or your entire life on it because you have a massive, massive support and resistance zone. Okay? And it's a guaranteed trade. I mean, just take a look at look at this. I drew this in front of you guys. Like, don't tell me trading is hard. Don't tell me it's impossible. As long as you have the proper mentor, you can do it. Because look at this. Look at how our price is held. I mean, proof is proof is right there, right? Proof is right there. Live while we've been doing this seminar, the markets have been almost listening to what we told it to do. Okay? This is money making at its finest. Alright? So, confluence area is an area where all of a sudden, you know, by chance, everything aligns. There's a horizontal, you know, support resistance line. There's a trend line. Like, I can make one right now. Like, you see this horizontal line? What if I drew this? This is a trend line. This is the one that broke before. Right? So, if prices come up to here, for sure, if it fails, it's coming down. If it breaks, goodbye. Buy it. Go long. Because now you've got horizontal support and a trend line. You have multiple areas for it to break. It's like saying, you know, playing tug of war with one guy or playing tug of war with two guys. hey, two guys can still lose if they slip, but chances are you're not going to be able to pull them to the other side. You understand what I'm saying? And the other side here, chances are it's not going to break through if there's two major points there. All right? Now, why is prices failing here right now? Simple. 23.6 Fibonacci level. And if I take this guy, I draw him down. Although I don't condone right now, because you're new, to use 5-minute trend lines, sad to say, that's what's holding it. That little 5-minute trend line is holding it. So once it penetrates this, yup, it's gone up. Right? Now, I am extremely experienced, so I can throw trend lines in as I please. I see multiple here. Like, you know, when I'm giving my signals to you guys and they're bang on, it's because I'm drawing multiple trend lines. Like, there's another one there. There's another one, you know, there's another one there. Like, I just make it like a spider's web. Here's another, here's a horizontal line. Like, I make a spider's web, you know? And I bounce it off of these lines. Plus, I use some psychology of price action. And that's how the last 1 month, I've gone almost 100% on my trades. Okay? And I've had guys that I don't want to mention their name, that are promoting trading and stuff like that, offer me $150,000 to buy my Instagram account. That's why I disappear. I've had a big firm on Wall Street, on New York, contact me to work for them. Somehow they saw my feed and they want me to work there and stop my feeds here. So, I mean, this is how I've been giving out all my trades to you guys. Now, here's the beautiful thing. If you don't know how to do this, I'm every single night going to tell you what to do. Just install MetaTrader 4, set it up. Let me turn this around so you guys can see my pretty face. Okay, and let me bring the chat window back. So now I can see you guys. Now I can see the chats, okay? So the beautiful thing is, if you don't know, if you're really, really, really lost, okay, you can take the trades from me. I'm going to give it to you every single day. Okay? If you are in a position where you understand the stuff, now you know how to trade. Okay? I don't know who Big Shoes is. I don't really care. So you guys now know, okay, why does your horizontal line keep moving? What do you mean? Your horizontal line shouldn't move. So the template last night was on, last night. I showed you guys how to do it. All right? So guys, also understand, okay? I gave you a crash course. This isn't me, this isn't me giving you guys an in-depth daily, if I was to, thank you so much, guys. If I wanted, if there was an actual course, it would probably be a good 6-7 hours that you would need me to give you a full tutorial on each one of these indicators. And by that time, you'd be a legend, right? Tonight I gave you, love you guys too. Tonight I gave you a very fast crash course, but that should be enough for you now to have the want to go out there and learn more. Okay? You can go out there and have the want to learn more, because now you can see how I make money. Okay? Now you can see how I make money. All right? So, very simple. Very simple. Okay? I want you guys to now go out there and do a little bit more research on exactly what I've taught you and come back to me with questions. Okay? Very simple. Now, these guys that are coming in here hating, let them hate. They're referring to a brokerage that I used to have that just went sour. I didn't want to run it anymore because of a terrible client base that I attracted. Who cares? What does it matter? You know? So, anyways, you know now the four things, the four tools that I use. Fibonacci levels, okay? Fibonacci levels, trend lines, horizontal lines, and pivot points. Okay? Don't worry, guys. Let them diss. I had over 1,100 people watching this feed. The last person I saw with 1,100 people was Donald Trump. Kevin Hart didn't even have 1,100 people today. I'm not bragging. The point is, I'm loved by you guys, and I love you guys back. So who cares about the haters? I'm the only guy on Instagram, I think, I could be wrong, that is getting these numbers and gaining 2 million hearts a day. You know? So, don't worry about them. Don't worry about the haters. We got each other, we got love, and I'm going to make you guys rich. Because I'm not charging any money. Remember that. Every single one of you is going to cash your $1 million check next year. I promise you. All I want you to do is commit to me. Commit to me, not with this. I don't want this. Commit to me by caring for yourself. This time that I'm putting into this is for you. Do you understand that? Like, does that make sense? Let me put this down. What I'm doing here is for you. Okay? This isn't because I'm here to solicit and sell my book or my this or my... This is for you. You gotta care. As long as you care, I'm gonna cash that check. I will cash that check. Okay? As long as you listen to me. If you don't want to learn, I'll still fucking help you. I'll still help you, I'll give you trades. Just listen to me. Understand? Now, this is just the Forex sector. This is just the financial trading sector. I'm here to help you in all aspects of business. Believe me, I'm young. Believe me, I'm young. I know I'm young, but I'm telling you, I know as much or more than the top mentors or entrepreneurs or CEOs in the world. Where's my sunglasses? Fair enough? I will give you that knowledge. I will help you without you needing to go out there and spend money. All I'm asking is support me by supporting yourself. Now, when my site goes up, you'll be able to download the templates, download the indicators. Okay? You know what the price tag is on my indicators? You want to know what the price tag is on my templates? All right? It's your commitment. Your commitment. I sit up here till these times my throat gets dry. I'm covered in sweat because I'm yelling, because I'm passionate when I speak, because I don't like when people feel like they're going to fail in something. So if I'm giving you this commitment and I've never met you face to face, why can't you give me the commitment of saying, you know what, Reza? We don't want to do it for you. We're going to do it for ourselves. Do it for you. Do it for your mom and dad. Do it for your kid, your wife, your husband. Do it for you. Why do you want to live in a world where you're looking up to other people and envying them? Why do you need someone to go on Instagram and put pictures of his Lamborghini and envy them and say, if you don't pay me, you're not going to have that. You don't need that. Stop envying people. Stop feeling smaller than other people. You can be 10 times bigger than them, 10 times bigger than me. I didn't have someone that mentored me like this. I didn't have someone that grabbed me and yelled at me and said, wake the fuck up. I didn't have that. I didn't have that. I got beat by my parents when I did something wrong. But I didn't have someone grab me like this and say, listen, I'm going to fucking shove this fucking information down your throat. And if you don't listen to me, you're going to lose. That's the difference. You guys have an amazing opportunity right now to make a change. Change your path of life. And it has nothing to do with Forex. Forget this whole, don't forget it. Forex I'm teaching you because a lot of you are interested in the markets. Why? Because the two things that can make you a billionaire, real estate and the financial industry. Doesn't mean you can't become a millionaire or wealthy via other avenues in life. There's multiple avenues in life. My mom said it on the weekend when I interviewed her. It wasn't a setup interview. She said it. You gotta love what you do. As long as you love what you do and apply yourself with passion, be ambitious and believe in yourself, you're going to succeed. What works for John isn't going to work for Joe. Stop thinking you're going to watch this guy here read books instead of drive his Lamborghini and you're going to become rich like him. No, you got to do what you're passionate about. You got to do what you want to do. And along the way, you could have someone like me who gives you a nudge. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? Every single one of us has our own mind frame. You can't change it. What a lot of mentors try to do, and they should know this because they're mentors. They're businessmen. They try to teach their direct principles and what they like to do to others because they don't know how to take a slab and refine it. You got to take a rough block and refine it. You can't take a refined block and replicate it. The objective is not to say, because I write A, B, and C and I'm rich, you gotta write A, B, and C. You need to learn it the way your mind is going to harness it. But have someone that'll tell you yes or no, wrong or right. That's all. That's what I'm here to do. I'm here to tell you yes or no, wrong or right. So when you want to go and buy a condominium in phase 3 of development, and you're only buying it for an investment property to flip, I'm going to say, wrong! If it's just for a quick flip, go wait a month, buy phase 1, and sell it in phase 3. It's a nudge. It's just a nudge. It's just a nudge. That's how I mentor. And I'll tell you one thing. If you can't handle the fire, get the fuck out of my kitchen because I will tear you apart. I love you. I love you, but I'll tear you apart. My friends all know I ripped them to pieces. You think Buddy from Hell's Kitchen is bad? You have no idea what tough love is. Okay? You have no idea what tough love is. So that's the way my structure is. All right? I don't fuck around. I'm not here to waste my time or waste your time. If you want to get wealthy, you're going to do it with me. If you're not, you can go and pick up 101 For Dummies books. You can go pick up 101 different notes and audio tapes. And you can try to do it that way. But if you want to do it the way I did it, then listen to me. Because what I'm doing here, I'm not charging you for it. You guys understand that? Every single one of you needs to live your life for a purpose. You've got to live your life for a purpose. Okay? If you're not living for a purpose, you're living to die. Do you think you're going to remember the next life after this? You're not. Because you don't remember the life before this. So you need to have a purpose in your life. And your purpose isn't to wake up in the morning and go work at a redundant, boring job just to come back home and do it all over again. You need to make something for yourself. I always had this mind frame that the day I leave this planet, okay, and go back to my planet, I'm kidding, the day I leave, I want my name to echo. Legends live forever, and to become a legend, all you gotta do is leave behind a legacy. Every single one of you has the capability and potential to leave behind a legacy. Your children, your children's children, let them speak about you. Let them say, Daddy did this. Daddy left this for me. Daddy worked hard for me. Leave behind a legacy, guys. Don't just die. Don't just disappear like you never existed. Leave behind a legacy. And it's so easy to do. You've got the capabilities to do it. You've got the potential to do it. Every single one of you is a winner. You know who the losers are? The losers are those small-minded individuals who are making fake accounts to come on here right now and hate and run their mouth and try to find small little things to put people down. Those are the kind of guys who are living to die. Because guys like us, we're fucking dying to live. We're dying to fucking live and prove the rest of the world wrong. That we can do whatever we want. So let the other guys live to die. Do you guys understand that? I'm 33 years old, but I realized all of this in my mid-20s. No one taught me this. Nobody taught me this. This is my mind frame. And I'm just trying to spread this word and spread this to you guys. Like the wonderful young lady today that said, I have fake hearts. How do I have so many viewers? How do I have so many hearts? She doesn't know the impact I put in the lives of others. All I'm asking from you guys is to believe in yourself, work hard, And don't take no for an answer. And don't let anybody tell you you can't do something. And I want every single one of you to reach out to me no matter what it is you need. If you need someone to cry to, come cry to me. If you need someone to smack you upside the head, let me smack you upside the head. It's better I smack you upside the head and give you a lesson than someone else on the street smacks you upside the head and insults you. I've done my best to reply to you guys. I'm launching my website so I can one-on-one work with you guys. And I don't give a fuck about my fame. If I'm getting famous, it's happening because of you guys. I'm still sitting here with this fucking shirt on. Same shirt. My priorities are different than other people's. I'm spending money every single fucking day on development of apps, on my supplement line, on these shirts. I'm giving it to you guys. You know what's my money? You know what's making me rich? You know what I love? I love you guys. I love seeing 1,100 people watch my feed. That is worth more to me than if I would have made $11,000 tonight. Because that shows me that 1,100 people are being touched in the most appropriate way by me. The fact that there's 600 people still here after an hour and a half giving me these hearts is unbelievable. That's what pays me. Okay? And I promise you guys, I'm not going to go away. No hater's going to stop me. Because to stop me, they got to stop us. Okay? We are beyond an army. Now, starting tomorrow, I'm going to continue to give you guys daily trades. Come back every single night and take the trades. 1,100 of you, if 1,100 people, okay? If 1,100 people come on every single night and they each make $100, do the math. Do the math of how much money I'm giving away every single night. All right? So, thank you again. Thank you again for watching this feed. Okay? Thank you once again for watching this feed. To my haters, God bless you. I wish you the best. To my fans, I love you guys. You guys are amazing. I don't know what to say other than the fact that I am blessed beyond blessed. And, you know, tomorrow I'm going to give you guys trades. So do me a favor if you can. Share this feed right now one more time. So the people that missed this, I can tell them about the trading time tomorrow. So share the feed one more time right now. All right. Tomorrow I'm going to be giving you guys trades during beer time. You're going to get a trade in the morning during coffee time and in the evening. Now that you know how to set up the charts, okay? Now that you know how to set up the charts, you'll know exactly what I'm doing. So you can easily take a trade. Coffee time is generally from 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time to 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right? So from tomorrow, guys, we are taking over the markets. And this is just Forex. Imagine the possibilities we have with all the other industries that we can tap into. Because once our mindset is made, once our mindset is developed into that billionaire's mindset, we could create toothpicks. We can create anything we want. Team Ocean Sky's individuals are going to own the world. Huh, Tyrese Jordan. Huh, jinx. I said that and you wrote that. Pretty cool. So anyways, I'm going to come back in a bit and check and see see what happens in the markets. Kyle Frick, if you cannot see some of the pairs, go to your market watch window. So go to the top of the MetaTrader 4. Okay, so what you're gonna do is you're gonna go to the top of MetaTrader 4. Very simple. Some of you may not see this. All right. So you're gonna go to the top of MetaTrader 4. Hey, look what happened. Look what happened. Trend line broken. Look what happened. What happened when the trend line broke? What happened when the trend line broke on USD CAD? Did you take the position? You should have. Trend line breaks and what happened? What did I say happens when a trend line breaks, guys? What did I tell you happens when a trend line breaks? Who took the short? Who took the short? Who sold? Who sold? I want to know who sold before I show it to you guys. Did you guys make money? Who made money? Who's making money right now? Who's in profits right now? Because take a look at this. Trend line broke and down she went. So, see what I mean? See my point? How amazing these lines are? When they fail, take it up. When they break through, take the trade. You guys have made money during this episode. You guys realize that? On 2 occasions. Now, Mr. Kyle, click on tools. Sorry, click on view. Okay. Go to MetaTrader 4 terminal. Click on view. Click on market watch. Okay. And then right click. Why am I? Market watch. Right click it. And then click show all. Okay. And then you're going to find USD CAD. And look what's happening here. Price looks like it's pulling back a little bit. Where is it pulling back from? Let's see. What's there? 38.2 retracement level of the Fibonacci on a 5-minute. So let's see if it penetrates that or it closes above it. Okay. So let's go on a 15-minute time frame and see why prices are holding. Okay. So you see that? How when it broke the trend line, instant short. Instant short. In fact, I still have so many people in this chat room that is crazy. I don't think I've ever had this many people consistently watching my feed. How many of you guys are new to Ocean Sky today? Like, how many of you guys are new to me? Alyssa, short means sell, long means buy. So it would be essentially the same when you're in the stock market. When you're buying something, you'd be going long. When you're shorting it, you'd be selling. To all the new people, welcome. Welcome to the family. I love you guys as well. Thank you so much for joining me. Please add me to Instagram as well, which is at Ocean Sky, OCEANNSKY. And my Facebook and Instagram name are in the title of this video. So please get in touch with me if you want. Send me a Facebook message or send me an Instagram message, and I'm going to try to get back to everybody. I get thousands of messages a day, so I do my best. Macintosh, that is not my Instagram name. It's 2 N's, okay? It's in the title of the in the subject line of this video. All right. Since I still have 530 people in here, okay, I can give you the quick little background on me. I'm from Iran, Okay, I immigrated to Canada in 1989 with my family. We came here with absolutely nothing, a suitcase, and as my mom said on the weekend, we actually came in a negative balance. We had no money, and I essentially worked. You know, I've worked as a pizza driver, as a mail courier. I slept in the back of my car until I just decided to start my own life, you know, and just be a persistent little bastard. What's the questions, guys? What questions are you asking? Rusa, I'm definitely going to be sending out more shirts. I just got to ship out all the shirts to the current individuals tomorrow. Andrew Crawl, how am I so cool? How are you so cool? Coil Life asked a good question. Okay, how to buy and how to sell. Right click. Duh, I should have taught you guys this. Reza. Okay. Well, very simple, okay? You come on the chart. All right, I'm going to turn this phone this way. You come on the chart. You right click. You go on to trading. And then always click on new order. Okay? Always click on new order. Don't worry about buy limit, sell, stop, or alert. New order. Alright? And then, see, you guys can see how much I trade. I trade 10 standard lots every time. Alright? So you guys can change that very easily by the drop down menu. I suggest for everyone that is new, okay, yeah, your friend almost got you blocked, buddy. For everyone that is new, for now, try trading just one lot on your demos. Just one. Click on one, okay, and if you want to sell or buy, you click on market execution, which is going to be direct execution. And, you know, like if I want to put 10, I want to take the trade. Should I sell or buy? Sell. Okay. And you see the trade is executed. All right. See, it says sell. It says sell. As you can see, sell right there. Sell 10 lots. And the trade is executed. Right? And that green line is basically your price, where you got in. All right? Very, very simple. 1 second. Now, to view, okay, to view your profit or loss, all you do is click on, well, you guys are going to see it, but you can click on view and click on terminal. All right. And you can see here, my profit and loss is showing negative $293 so far on that trade. We just we took a random trade just to show you guys. I decided to go short, actually. But you can see it says the profit or loss amount. Swap is the percentage that you're being charged daily interest for holding the positions. Commission is the broker's commission amount, how much the broker is charging commission for that specific trade. And that is the price. Price is basically showing the current price right now. Okay. Then TP is your take profit level. If you set a take profit level, your stop loss, the price you got in at. So we got in at 129.86 and price is at 129.89. So we're down 3 pips. The size is, where is the size? Symbol is USD CAD. Size is 10 lots. and we sold. Okay, and balance on this account shows 48,900. Those your equity. Your margin shows how much money you spent to open that position. Your free margin, how much money you have available, and margin level is the percent you got. The percentage you have until your account goes. Adios, amigos. Yeah, guys, this is a demo account I'm using to show you guys. This is just, I took a random trade, guys. This is a demo account. This is not a, I'm not just going to take 10 standard lots just to show you guys how to take a trade. Just a demo account I'm using to show you guys how to analyze the markets. All right. I'm not just going to throw 10 lots into the market just because. So anyways, how many pips do I aim for on a trade? Can I get a water, please? My throat is very dry. How do you link money to MT4? Riley, you need to open up an account with a brokerage, okay? And I'm going to tell you guys, don't jump into any brokerages yet. I'm going to tell you guys which broker to work with. I'm going to be working with a couple of brokers that I'm going to send all my fans to so they can get better deals. So don't just jump into any brokers right now. Can I get a water, please? Thank you. Yeah, don't jump into any trades. Now, stop loss, take profit. I'm going to show you guys that later. Don't worry about it. The last 2 days, all I wanted to do was explain to you guys what I do and how to do it. So when I give out the trades on beer time, you guys you guys know. Yeah, my voice does get sore. I yell. I'm very passionate. I'm very, very passionate. I'm definitely not going to record this. This is it's been very long. My wife would not bring me water. Trust me. It's definitely not my wife. I would not yell at my wife ever to bring me water like that. So this is too long for me to save. I don't think anybody will watch through it, to be quite honest. Yesterday's video was a lot different. This is a very long video that has a lot of talking. Unless I can find, unless my my new producer can actually cut out all the areas that is not relevant. So anyways, it's evident that our fan base has grown tremendously, because now we're like 500 people, and this is like, it's dropped and it's still at 500 people. That's crazy. I love you guys so much for having this much passion towards me. I'm gonna do everything I can to help you guys out. I'm gonna do everything I can to support you guys and be the best mentor in the world. And my dream, can I tell you guys what my goal is right now? Can I tell you guys my goal? What my goal is? Goal time, Rezo's goal time. So my goal with all of this, okay, is there's a couple people I look up to in terms of what they've done in their lives. And I really look up to Tony Robbins. I look up to Tony Robbins because he's done such a tremendous job at just becoming someone that anyone can just, you know, relate to and listen to, and he's so phenomenal, you know. And I'm not gonna lie, like, I'm one of those guys where I'm a very powerful individual. I'm very powerful in my mind. I cannot really be told what to do, you know. And I've listened to Tony Robbins, and I can honestly say that he's solid in what he does, you know. He's passionate just like me, you know. I don't know which one of us is more passionate. I know that he has got more experience naturally than I do, right? But I would love, my dream one day is to mentor alongside Tony Robbins, to mentor alongside him. you know. I personally believe I've got the potential. I've got the potential to grow as large as him with my global following of mentees. I believe I've got the potential to move people, and I believe I've got the potential, and I can alter people's lives through my passion. And that's what Tony does. And he is so good at what he does, you know. So my goal and my dream is to one day, alongside Mr. Robbins, mentor other individuals or be a guest mentor in his events or his shows. You know what I mean? Because I believe we need a younger generation to start mentoring people. There's so many mentors that are a lot older than us, and it's hard for us to relate to them. Because the problem is, when you've got a guy that's 22 years old, he's looking at a 50-year-old guy that's a billionaire saying, we kind of don't work, you know, you're here, I'm here, right? When we're the same age, right? So we're kind of the same age. It's like I can look at you and say, dude. I can still say, dude. You know? So I think we need a younger generation of mentors to really shine out and synergistically work together. So I would love that opportunity if one day I could work alongside him and be a mentor with him. That is my dream. My dream, which will inevitably be accomplished, is to become a world-renowned guru and a life coach, business coach, and a life mentor. And just because I love touching people, I love this. You know, I love giving back, and I love knowing that I'm the one changing your life. You know. So if anybody knows Tony Robbins, knock on his door and say, you know, we got a good guy for you to meet, so you guys can work together. And another cool thing I recently found out is Matthew Santoro, which is killing Periscope right now. Killing it. The guy's got like 130 million hearts or something like that. He lives like in my hometown. He lives literally in my hometown. So it'd be great if I could connect with a guy like that too, who's got a big following base. I mean, I just want to work with you know, big people, so we could just work together and share this love, share this wealth, and just help our fans, help our followers. So if you guys know Mr. Santoro, let him know that Ocean Sky says you rock, and he'd love to work with you as well. What else? So that's my goal. I want to become a world-renowned mentor and a world-renowned public speaker, motivational coach. I honestly believe, honestly believe I can change lives. You know, I've become so much better because of this too. You guys have no idea how much better I have become as a person because of all of this. You know, I used to have a lot of rough edges, you know, and I've become, like, I'm mentoring myself too, you know. So this has become such a cool venture for me because I've become a big public figure, and I've become someone that you guys look up to, but I kind of look up to myself, you know, and I kind of, you know, I'm also giving myself this mentoring because the power is bouncing back and forth. It's so much positive energy, right? So, I love you too. So it's become such a great thing for me, and you know, I had a really bad really bad few months at the beginning of the year with the brokerage I was a part of not doing as good as I wanted it to. I had a terrible client base that just and you know, I was feeling down on myself. I said, damn it, you know, all this money I invested into this brokerage, and bad clients, heard it, messed it up for me. Then I had all these idiots that came and started hating on me online and tried to bring me down. And I said, you know what? I can't let that affect me. You know, it's a shitty situation, but I can't let it affect me because I'm so much better than this. I've come up from so many different things, you know, and it happened, you know, like all of a sudden everything just started going like this. You know, my follower base exploded. Somehow I've become one of the top accounts in the world on Periscope, and things have just been going so positive thanks to you guys. So thank you so much. And 1 second, let me tell this guy, this is why I'm on your feed. Actually, that's why. And now everything's been going great. So my thing here is I just want to grow with you guys, help you guys get wealthy, and then you guys help me gain my exposure enough so I can get on a global level. That's all I want to do, and I'm being very honest about it. I just want to get on a global level and have my voice heard. So hey, if anybody knows Mr. Tony Robbins, if anybody knows him, you can tell him I look up to him, and I would love to work alongside him one day and be a guest mentor, and that's it. And if anyone knows Matthew Santoro, tell him Ocean wants to work with you too. You've got such a big fan base. Let's work together and help all of our fans. Anyways, I love you guys so much. I don't even know how I can close this fan base, this feed. Like, there's so many people in here. There's so many people in here. Do you guys have any questions for me? So, how do we know how long to hold a trade for after it breaks a trend line? Generally, take 15 to 20 pips and get out. My rule of thumb is you don't go broke taking profits. So as long as you're taking profits, you're okay. Don't get greedy. And yeah, so I'm going to get off for a bit because I need a breather, and I got friends here. You know, I've just given so much time to you guys because I love you guys, and I'm going to take a breather. I'll come back later on, shoot the shit with you guys. Thank you for all the hearts. Thank you for this crazy amount of people giving me love and following me. It's crazy. It's crazy. I can't believe it. Like, I honest to God, I can't believe it. Like, some nights, I'm not going to lie, as much as it makes me sound like a pussy, like I sit down and I get, like, tears in my eyes, and I'm like, I can't believe what's happened in my life, you know? Like, I went from getting beat up in school, and, like, girls not liking me, and just not knowing what I'm going to do with my life, to this, you know? It's crazy. Like, I'm thinking about it now, and it blows my mind. I can't believe it. Like, I just don't believe it, you know? So thank you so much, and I can't stress how much I love you guys, and how blessed I am to have you guys in my life. And I will accomplish my goal of becoming a world-renowned mentor, and every single one of you is going to come up there with me, you know? So that's pretty much it. Again, thank you so much. Still over 400 people in here. That's crazy. You guys don't want to leave. I don't want to leave. Fuck, I wish you were just all in here with me, and we could just all, like, have, like, all this love and energy, and, like, fuck, it's so cool, man. So fucking cool. Anyways, I love you guys. To you guys, big kisses. I love everyone, and I'll be back a little bit later on, and God bless you all. And to my Muslim brothers, may Allah bless you all. And to my Christian brothers, may God bless you all. I love all religion, and I love everybody, you know. So anyways, if you guys know Tony Robbins, knock on his door. Tell him Ocean wants to work with you. All right, love you guys. Have a good night. I'll probably be back later on, just because I love you guys so much, just to say hi. Okay, I'll talk to you guys soon. Cheers.